Okay, second go of trying to film this. This is a bit later than most people's because I wasn't planning on doing a nonfiction November TBR because even though I'm participating, I don't really do TBRs. And this is not exactly normal TBR. There's no way, even I'm reading all of these books this month. But these are all of the books I own, plus 2 that I've borrowed from people ages ago that I need to read. Return. Put that back. No, put it back on the floor. River is over there. My 2-year-old, if you don't know. She's a sweetheart. She's just being 2. Anyway, what was I saying?
You wouldn't be able to get through all these books.
But yeah, these are all the ones I have that I own, plus 2 I borrowed ages ago. That I'm going to try to read as many of them in November as I can. Okay, let's just get in the books. I'm also going to try and keep this short because there's a lot of them, so I'm pretty much going to just tell you the titles and authors.
Lightning round, go!
The Audacity of Hope, Thoughts on Reclaiming the American Dream by Barack Obama. See, I want to tell you, like, why I got this book, why I own it, where I got it from, but I'm refraining and restraining myself. The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. Does this have a subtitle? I don't know if it does, but everybody's pretty much heard of this at this point. I think they made a movie out of this. This is by Rebecca Skloot. Am I showing the books properly?
Yes.
Alex is filming me, so I can't really see what I'm doing.
Sorry for the shakiness. We're on a bed.
This one I am going to make a note of. This is Breastfeeding Keep It Simple by Amy Spengler. I was given this in with a bunch of packets from, Mommy. I don't know, doctor's office, hospital, something like that, when I was pregnant with River. And I'm still determined to read it. So it's really short. I just need to sit down and do it. It's not really relevant to me anymore because River's 2 now. But it's the principle of the thing, right? These chunky ones I really don't know if I'm going to get to. But River, volume level down, please.
And leave that cat alone.
This is The Royals by Kitty Kelly. The Royals with the latest on the royal family. Now, the latest would be as of, when was this published? 1997, with an afterword in 2010. So, I will say this one I got because I was watching the TV show The Crown. I haven't watched it in a while, and I would like to watch some more, but I was enjoying it so much I wanted a book version, and this is supposed to be that. But, like, nonfiction.
We found a better one. Well, I found one that would interest me more.
Jack Kennedy, Elusive Hero by Chris Matthews. Wildflower by Drew Barrymore.
She's so funny. This
one is kind of a borrow and kind of doesn't count in that category. This is the Illustrated Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi, translated by Thomas Cleary. We own this, but this is something I borrowed from Alex. Our bookshelves are conflated, but I borrowed this from him because he wanted me to read it. It's another short one, so... And it's also oddly sized, so it's making a mess in my TBR bookshelf, so I'm hoping to get to that one. This is another one that's oddly sized and therefore making a mess on my TBR shelf. Go Big or Go Home, Taking Risks in Life, Love, and Tattooing with Sandra Bark by Kat Von D. Okay, if you're watching this, you're probably less likely to be watching my makeup videos, but I don't want to hear anything about Kat Von D. I don't want to hear it. I had this before the thing started. I'm not talking about the thing. It's over. We're not talking about it on my channel. This is another one I borrowed from Alex. An Introduction to Zen Training. The classic text on Rinzai Zen training by one of the foremost masters of 20th century Zen by Omori Sojin. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's translated. So there's that.
Oh, excuse me. Sogen.
Sogen. That's why I said Sojin, and I'm like, that's not right, because you always say I say Kogendo wrong. Kogendo.
Hey, you actually said it right the first time. Love you.
I love you. This one I bought on accident, but I'm still interested in reading it. This is The Other Tudors, Henry VIII's Mistresses and Bastards by Philippa Jones. This was in the clearance section at my favorite local used bookstore. And I wasn't really paying attention, and I saw Tudors and Philippa, and I thought it was a Philippa Gregory fiction. But it's not. It's a nonfiction, so I'm still interested because I love this time period. It was just an accidental buy. See, I can't help myself. I have to elaborate. An astronaut's guide to life on Earth. What going to space taught me about ingenuity, determination, and being prepared for anything by Colonel Chris Hadfield.
Cool.
Let's see. This is another big chunky one. Somebody on Goodreads recommended this to me. You know when you can ask for recommendations for books? Which was funny because I'd already ordered it about the time that they recommended it. Anyway, Elizabeth the Queen, The Life of a Modern Monarch by Sally Bedell Smith. There's that. The Myth of Monogamy, Fidelity and Infidelity in Animals and People by David P. Barash, PhD, and Judith Eve Lipton, MD. There's that. The stack is getting high. A Vindication on the Rights of Woman by Mary Wollstonecraft. I've read portions of this like 50 zillion times. I used to be an English major, so I've read parts of it like a zillion times. But I want to read the whole thing.
You read Frankenstein already, right?
No. Yeah,
well,
I know.
It'd be really cool if you read that afterwards. Then you get the mother, then the daughter.
Yeah, it would.
You could compare their styles.
Letters to Sarah, One Woman's Journey from Captivity to Freedom, from Darkness to Life by Ani Wagner. This deals with eating disorders, and this is somebody that I kind of know. We're kind of friends, we're just not like, we don't talk very often, you know, that kind of friends. So of course I got her book when she published it, and I still need to read it, because that's me. This was for intro to philosophy class that I took and had to drop for some reason. I think that was because of River, because I got pregnant and my POTS was so bad I had to take a break from school. This is An Inquiry Concerning Human Understanding by David Hume. So, let me do that. This was from our previous church when we lived in Arkansas. Class Alex did with them. And I wanted to read the book and I just haven't. Your Faith, Your Life, An Invitation to the Episcopal Church by Jennifer Gamber with Bill Llewellyn. So it looks interesting to me. I want to read it. This is another one I borrowed from Alex. Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, Informal Talks on Zen Meditation and Practice by Shunryu Suzuki. Another one I borrowed from Alex is Hagakure, The Secret Wisdom of the Samurai by Yamamoto
Tsunetomo.
I was getting there!
Okay.
I can pronounce things!
You've had a lot of issues with that one as well.
Tsunetomo is not that difficult. I was just trying to get my tongue to work properly.
Okay.
And it's translated by Alexander Bennett.
I'll have to make you more nachos now to make you not mad at me, right?
When I'm hungry again, yes. He makes the best nachos, even better than Taco Bell. And y'all know how much I love Taco Bell. Is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me and Other Concerns by Mindy Kaling. Okay. Hope in a Jar, The Making of America's Beauty Culture by Kathy Pike, I'm going to say. Adam Ruins Everything, Forward by Adam Conover. I don't know why I said forward by Adam Conover. Adam Ruins Everything. This is based off the TV show. I don't know if it's actually by him, but I like watching the show on YouTube. So when I heard they were coming out with a book, I was really excited, and I got it, but I still haven't read it. Because, again, I'm that person. Okay, and then these two are both teeny, so I should be able to read them easily, and I got these both this year. This is Fix Fear by Sick Ill. This, I know, like, nothing about this, but one of my subscribers requested me to read this and review it. So I ordered it, and I still haven't read it. So it's short and tiny, so I should be able to read it for Nonfiction November, right? And then this one is In Praise of Shadows by... This is because there's stickers on my book. Okay, give me a second. Jun Ichiro Tanizaki. So there's that. Okay, let's see. Alex is using my other stack, so I'll go through this stack. So this pile is all Shakespeare-related nonfiction, because I'm a Shakespeare nerd. Will in the World, How Shakespeare Became Shakespeare by Stephen Greenblatt. And I'm thinking of alternating, like, a book and then a Shakespeare book, because if I read all the Shakespeare books in a row, even I'm going to get bored. This one, another really chunky one that I'm probably not going to read for Nonfiction November, honestly, because, I mean, look at this thing. It's, like, almost 750 pages. This is Shakespeare, The Invention of the Human by Harold Bloom. But doesn't that look pretty and interesting? So eventually I shall read that. Contested Will, Who Wrote Shakespeare by James Shapiro. Shakespeare and Modern Culture by Marjorie Garber. I love the cover of this one. The Truth Will Out, Unmasking the Real Shakespeare by Brenda James and William D. Rubenstein. This is another kind of chunky one. Shakespeare and the Countess, The Battle That Gave Birth to the Globe by Chris Lataris, I'm going to say. A lot of these I got recently. Not all of them, but quite a few of them I got recently at book sales. I found one book sale had a bunch of Shakespeare books that were nonfiction that I just hadn't read, and then I found a couple other ones. This is Shakespeare and a Gentle Life by Catherine Duncan Jones. And this is published by Arden, I think. Maybe. Yeah, it is. So Long as Men Can Breathe, The Untold Story of Shakespeare's Sonnets by Clinton Halen. And Shakespeare's Wife by Germaine Greer. And then Filthy Shakespeare, Shakespeare's Most Outrageous Sexual Puns by Pauline Kiernan. I mean, it's Shakespeare, so I had to pick it up, but also it's Shakespeare, so how could I not pick this up? And then this just came in the mail today. This is Shakespeare's London, Everyday Life in London, 1580 to 1616 by Stephen Porter. I saw somebody talking about this for their Nonfiction November TBR, and I had to read it, and I actually bought a copy instead of getting it from the library. So that, I mean, but it's Shakespeare, so that would be why. Oh, come on now. Okay, now I need this stack. Okay, let's see here. So this stack is all mildly high priority for Nonfiction November because, well, you'll see. This is an old textbook. I've got a couple of these, and I just want to finish reading it. It shouldn't take long because it's mostly pictures and like question and answers. There's not a lot of reading, but it's geoscience. It's my geology lab textbook, basically. Nobody cares about this but me, so we're done with it. This I got with my birthday money a few years ago. This is Alexandra Hamilton by Ron Chernow. I am 179 pages into this. I don't know if I'm going to read this for Nonfiction November because even 179 pages into it, it's a 1,000-page book, almost. Okay, well, maybe it's not 1,000 pages. I thought it was 1,000 pages. It's like over 700 pages. And I'm enjoying it, but it's really slow, and it has a lot of military stuff that I don't care about, so it's hard for me to pay attention to. But it's heavy, too, for a soft cover. The Wars of the Roses by Alison Weir. I'm about 2 page. Well, there's like other stuff that has Roman numerals before the pages, but I'm a couple pages into this ages ago, and I need to finish it. You're gonna hear that theme a lot, by the way. Hamlet's Mother and Other Women by Carolyn G. Heilbrunn. I'm about 66 pages into this one. On chapter 6, it looks like. So, again, it started that ages ago. Really need to finish it. This one is slightly different. Where's my bookmark? Oh, dang it. It seemed to have lost my bookmark in this one, so I'll start over. This is The Diary of a Young Girl, Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl, edited by Otto H. Frank and Mirjam Pressler. So I've read Anne Frank's diary before, and then a few years ago we did the play production, and there was stuff in it that like I didn't remember reading, and I realized that originally, like the burgundy cover edition that everybody knows, there was a lot of stuff her dad cut out, and I started reading this, and my bookmark seems to come out, so I'll start over at the beginning again. But this is the definitive edition, so it's supposed to not have anything cut out, and I wanted to reread it when I was doing the play 2 years ago. So, this is another old textbook that I find is really dusty that I want to finish reading, because I actually am interested in American history and I don't know as much about it. I'm on chapter 9. Again, I think I dropped this class for some reason. Give Me Liberty in American History by Eric Foner, Volume 1. Yeah. I need to finish reading that. Like, what weirdo puts old textbooks on Nonfiction November TBR? I do, obviously. So this one, a friend of mine got me a pack of tarot cards for my birthday or Christmas one year. And this is the book that came with them, Phantasmagoria by Ian Daniels. I'm about 82 pages into this, and I just need to finish it. This is a YouTuber I really enjoy. Doing It, Let's Talk About Sex by Hannah Witten. I was really enjoying this book. I'm 96 pages into it, and I set it down to pick up something else for some reason, and I just hadn't picked this back up yet, so need to finish that. You see a theme? Need to finish. Okay, we're past those. These two, a couple years ago, the first year I did Nonfiction November 2017, I asked tons of people for recommendations, and still haven't read all those. I'm sorry, I'm getting there, but these are two that my mom recommended to me, and then she loaned me her copies, so I really need to finish these so I can return them to her. This is Fox's Book of Martyrs by John Fox, and then this is perfect for this year because we need a sport prompt, right? The Matheny Manifesto, A Young Manager's Old School Views on Success in Sports and Life by Mike Matheny. She's going to kill me for not knowing that. My mom is a huge baseball fan and an even bigger Cardinals fan because we live in St. Louis. With Jerry B. Jenkins. So I need to read these so I can return these to my mother. And then the last book is one I started. If you guys have seen my reviews lately, I've already read 3 nonfiction books, but I finished those like October 31st, so they're not really in November. So the one I started November 1 was Kon-Tiki, Across the Pacific by Raft, by Thor Heyerdahl, translated by F.H. Lyon. So this is a really old copy from like 1950. This was one my dad recommended to me, and I found this book recently. Like, he recommended this to me for Nonfiction November like 2 years ago, and then when I went to all the book sales in the past like 6 months or so, I found a copy, so I grabbed it. So this happened to be the first one that I picked up. I'm on chapter 4. I'm enjoying it more than I expected to, and it's funny because it's slow in a good way. Like, I'm reading it and I'm like, how am I only 60 pages into this? there's so much that's happened already, and I feel like I should be like 200 pages in. But he just manages to pack so much into so few pages. So it's really good. I'm enjoying it. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. So, have you guys read any of these? Questions, comments, opinions? Please do let me know down below. You know I love discussing things with you guys. Do you have any other recommendations for me? Is there something I absolutely must pick up this year? And if so, I make zero promises, because y'all know I am terrible at reading things in a timely manner, because I am basically only a mood reader. So, I should also catch up on my homework for class, so that can count for nonfiction. And I need to reread Intro Psych textbook, because I took that like 8 years ago, and I've got students, I'm tutoring on campus. I've got students coming and asking for help with psych, and they're like, oh, you took this, it's written down that you took this, you can help me write. And I'm like, let me read your textbook and remember what I learned 8 years ago, and yes, I can help you. So I need to reread that, but I'll probably honestly do that next spring. So, that's everything. Like I said, questions, comments, opinions, recommendations, let me know down below. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.